In this video, we are talking about the mathematical analysis of the vectors. Here, by using the triangle law, if OP vector and PS vector represents the two sides of the triangle, then the third side, that is OS vector, will be their resultant. Means if I have taken OS vector as R, then R vector will be equal to A vector plus B vector. Here the angle between the resultant vector and A vector is angle beta, and angle between both of the two vectors is theta. I have drawn a perpendicular SN on the extended side PN. So SN perpendicular PN. Similarly, by using the parallelogram law, again there are the same OP vector and PS vector. These are the OP vector and this one is OQ vector, which is also equal to the B vector. And I have shifted this vector from here to here such that the angle between them, that was theta, remains same. And again, the diagonal of this imaginary parallelogram will be the resultant of these two vectors. Means if this one is R vector, then it will be equal to A vector plus B vector. The same right angle triangle is made here as this one, and now we are going to find or derive a formula for resultant vector. It will be similar in the both case. So if I want to find sin theta in triangle SNP, what will be sin theta? Sin theta will be Sn upon PS. So I can write it as Sn is equals to PS sin theta. What is PS? PS is B, so it will be B sin theta. Similarly, if I take as cos theta will be Pn upon PS. So Pn will be equal to PS cos theta, and it will be equal to B cos theta. Now, using Pythagoras theorem in triangle ONS, I can write it as OS square, that is the square of the hypotenuse. It will be equal to ON square plus SN square, or it can also be written as OP plus PN whole square plus SN square. What is OS? OS is R. So R square will be equal to A plus B cos theta whole square, OP plus PN. Then what is SN? SN is B sin theta. So B sin theta whole square. After opening it, we will get A square plus B square cos square theta plus 2AB cos theta plus B sin theta, B square sin square theta, and R will be equal to square root of A square plus B square cos square theta plus B square sin square theta will give us B square only, plus 2AB cos theta. So this one will be the resultant of two vectors, OP vector and OQ vector. If I want to find angle beta also, then I can write here tan beta. It will be equal to Sn upon On, or I can write it as Sn is B sin theta upon A plus B cos theta. So this is the magnitude of resultant, and this one is direction of resultant with respect to first vector, that one is A vector. So tan beta will be equal to this much and resultant vector will be equal to this. Now we are talking about the special cases that may occur due to the various angles between A vector and B vector. So first of all, when theta is equals to 0 degree, then what will be R? It will be equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos 0 degree. What is cos 0? Cos 0 is 1. So it will be A square plus B square plus 2AB, and I can write it as A plus B's whole square. So R vector will be equal to A plus B. This is the maximum possible value of R. And tan beta, in this case tan beta will be putting the value theta as 0. So B sin 0. Sin 0 is 0. So tan beta will be equal to 0. Next case, when theta is equals to 90 degree, then what will be R vector? It will be A square plus B square plus 2AB cos 90. What is cos 90? Cos 90 is 0. So R vector will be equal to A square plus B square's whole root. And what will be tan beta? Tan beta will be equal to B sin 90 is 1 upon cos 90 is 0. So it will be B upon A. And when theta is equals to 180 degree, then what will be R? It will be A square plus B square plus 2AB cos 180. What is cos 180? Minus 1. So I can write it as square root of A minus B's whole square, or I can write it as R is equals to A minus B. Similarly, what will be tan beta? Tan beta will be, since at the theta is 180, sin 180 is also 0, so tan beta will be again 0. So these are the special cases when the various angles are given. Now we are talking about the rectangular components of a vector. See, if this one is A vector, then I can make its two components, and its two components, first one is horizontal and next one is vertical. Then its two components will be, if this angle is theta, then this one will be A cos theta and this one will be A sin theta. Where theta is given, that side we will draw cos theta component, and where theta is not given, that side we will draw sin theta component. The length of A cos theta will be this much only, and length of A sin theta will be this much only, such that this will form a rectangle. So A sin theta and A cos theta are the rectangular components if A vector is given like this. We also need to remember that both of these components will be perpendicular to each other, as they are the rectangular components. Means A cos theta and A sin theta will be perpendicular to each other, and they will be made in such a way that the given vector always lies between them. Means if a Q vector is given here, then where will be its components? If this one is the vertical line and this angle is given theta, then in this direction this one will be Q cos theta and this one will be Q sin theta. Again, we have draw two components, two rectangular components, cos theta and sin theta, and their length are such that they represents the sides of a imaginary rectangle of which the diagonal is represented by the given vector. So this is the imaginary rectangle and its diagonal is representing by the given vector, and where theta is given, that one is cos theta component, and where theta is not given, that one is sin theta component. We will never draw the rectangular components when given vector is on vertical or horizontal axis. If the given vector is on vertical or horizontal axis, then we will not draw its component. Suppose this one is p vector, then we will not draw its component because it is on the vertical line. But in few questions, if suppose I am taking this as the plane, and now I want to draw its components of p vector, then where will be the components of p vector? If this angle is theta, then this one will be p cos theta and this one will be p sin theta. Again, these components will be known as rectangular components because they are the sides of imaginary rectangle in which the diagonal is the given vector. If where do we use these concepts? We use, suppose a question is given that this one is 5 Newton force and this one is 10 Newton force, and again suppose this one is again 10 Newton force, and I have to find the resultant. So how I will find the resultant? Let the angles are also given. Let this angle is 45 degree and this angle is 30 degree. So in horizontal direction, this is 45, so this component will be 5 cos 45. Any other component? Yes, this component 10 cos 30 added by 10 cos 30. Why I have added both? Because they both are going in the same direction. Its component will go rightwards and its component will also go rightwards. So it will be 5 by root 2 plus cos 30 is root 3 upon 2. So it will be 10 root 3 upon 2. This is in the horizontal direction, and in vertical direction, the component of 5 Newton will be 5 sin 45 plus 10 Newton is also in vertical and the upward, so added by 10, and the component of this will be 10 sin 30. So 5 sin 45 will be 5 by root 2 plus 10 plus 10 sin 30, it will be equal to 5. So in horizontal direction it is 5 root 2 plus 10 root 3 by 2, and in vertical direction 5 root 2 plus 10 plus 5. This much Newton and this much Newton. If I want to find the total force, then how to find the total force? The net force will be the magnitude of this one. Horizontal is this much, 5 by root 2 plus 10 root 3 by 2, and in vertical it is 5 by root 2 plus 10 plus 5, 15. We will solve this and we will get the net force for this diagram. Generally, we consider the positive x-axis as I cap, negative x-axis as minus I cap, positive y-axis as j cap, and negative y-axis as minus j cap. So I can write this one as 5 by root 2 plus 10 root 3 by 2 whole I cap also. Why? This one is going in the right side, or I can say on the positive axis, and for this I can write as positive j cap. If there are the three axes are taken, then for x-axis we take I cap, for y-axis we take j cap, and for z-axis we take k cap. Now if a 3D vector is making angle alpha, beta and gamma with the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, means the angle with the x-axis is alpha, angle with y-axis is beta, and similarly with z-axis it is gamma, then that vector can be written as A vector is equals to A cos alpha I cap plus A cos beta j cap plus A cos gamma k cap.